Hey everybody, it's Gina here from Gina Makes It. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am sharing an up-close look at my completed 2025 December daily. I've been sharing a little bit about it on Instagram, and I've gotten some requests to do a more long-form video on YouTube showing it, and so that's what I'm doing today. I decided to do a December daily because I was just so inspired by some digitals that I saw on Etsy by KB and Friends. I will link her shop down below because I do utilize her digitals a lot in this journal. The inside cover and this first page is just an introductory to the December daily, and it utilizes mostly vintage ephemera that I have in my stash that I scanned or that I've been collecting for a while. And it's not until this first page that we kind of get into the real December daily. Now, I challenged myself this year to do all hidden journaling, and so you'll see me utilizing lots of these little books from KB and Friends that I printed and did some journaling in, and I also use all sorts of ephemera to write on the back of, and I'm creating pockets and tuck spots out of all sorts of stuff. So for the first day, I used a McDonald's receipt to create a pocket, and then on the second day, I used this little cat ephemera to create a pocket, and that's done so easily if you just add glue around the edges and not at the top, and then you can just tuck your little journaling in there. I decided on a color scheme for this journal because I find that the whole journal is a little bit more cohesive when you come up with an overall color scheme. And so mine are obviously the traditional red and green with a little bit of blue and purple here and there. So I did make sure that both facing pages were definitely coordinating in color because even though they are separate days, you can see you view them sort of as a spread. So this day was really fun because I combined 5 and 6 because it was about St. Nick's Day, and so I added one of those book covers and I did some journaling on the back side of that to hide it. So all of this ephemera here is mostly printables from KB and Friends, and I loved this holly holder because it reminded me of those money cards that you can buy, and so she also has some play money that you can print out, and I did my journaling on the back of that, and then I created a little pocket on the side and did some journaling there. It's just so fun to get creative with pockets and tuck spots. It's not something I normally do, but once you start to sort of make that your focus and kind of your goal, it really helps elevate the journal, and it becomes way more of a creative process than it would have if you didn't create those parameters for yourself. I find sometimes I just kind of flounder if I don't have sort of rules that I'm kind of sticking to loosely. So you can see I created a doily on that page before to create a pocket, and here I'm actually using a Christmas card that I cut out, and I'm using the envelope, and I did some journaling on the back of it. And here I'm just using a picture that I'm doing some journaling on the back, and this super cute Santa comic strip that is from KB and Friends. I created a little pocket on the bottom. And so on this page, I'm utilizing, she has these cute little like stencil kits and holiday-like kits that you can actually assemble into little boxes. I'm using the cover for one as a little hidden journaling spot, and then I created a pocket on this page where I'm sliding this journaling and the journaling on the next page into, so it's like a pocket that does double duty for both pages, but I'm making sure that whatever's sticking out is coordinating with that other side, because I just think that's really important when you're trying to create a journal that looks pleasant, that's pleasant to flip through and pleasant to the eye. So you can see that I varied the sizes of my pages, and that's not something I did when I constructed it. When I constructed it out of mostly neutral pages, lots of drawing paper and graph paper, there was a variance in size, but not this great. And so I decided to cut it down as I was working on each page. I just really like the way that the different size pages stack on each other and how they look layered one on top of the other as you're flipping through the pages. So here is a picture of Martha Stewart because I found myself watching a lot of Martha Stewart this season for some strange reason. And so I decided to document that. and there's lots of bows and lots of ribbon, and that polka dot piece of ruffle is from a vintage apron that I have in my collection, and I just thought that that was really fun to include. Of course, I'm using playbills from all the different plays that we went to see during the season, and I'm creating pockets out of pictures and tucking my ephemera and journaling inside of those pockets as well. I'm also using some old children's book pages. So this main pocket is actually a page from a children's book, and I did my journaling on the back of this picture, and then I added some extra ephemera to the page. I covered up some of the writing on the top, and there was like a mouse. I think this was like the Christmas mouse or something, and so I was like, oh, I don't know about that. So I decided to cover it up with some ephemera. And then this page is pretty much entirely all KB and Friends, except for that lace and that number at the top. But I created a pocket out of some of her printable scrapbook paper and tucked some of her ephemera in there. I also utilized different things I had laying around. Like I had this little brown pocket. I have a whole bunch of them, so I thought that would be a perfect spot to tuck some journaling into. I love using these side pockets and then adding a big chunky bow to the side because it just adds so much to the page, and if it's long enough, it sticks out on the side when it's closed. And then again, this page utilizes that pocket as well, and then I just added some beautiful graphic 45 paper about the Nutcracker on the back because this page is about the Nutcracker, and so I thought that that was just fitting and quite beautiful. And then this last page utilizes a doily from the printable, and I just glued the bottom half down and left the top half blank, and I flipped it down and I did some journaling, and that's it. That is the end of my December daily. You can see there's all sorts of wonderful things poking out of the top and the sides, and I'm just really so glad that I took the time to do it. And it did take a lot of time. It definitely wasn't something that was a quick make. It definitely required time carved out each day to coordinate and to plan and to print the pictures and everything. But I am glad that I did it. I'd love to hear about your December journaling or your December daily below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.